Welcome to the Warp. I'm Jack Rita, and I'm the designer of Cosmic Odyssey, which is the 7th expansion for Cosmic Encounter and includes the Cosmic Campaign. And last week I did a video on array objectives, which is one of the variants for the campaign, where you're going to use these objective cards to find additional ways to score points, depending on how many of those you can fulfill by the end of the game. In this video, I'm going to be talking about variants for the objective cards. Now, there's one official variant, and there's 3 unofficial ones that were actually designed to be part of the campaign back when I was designing it. But I think Fantasy Flight thought that there's already enough going on with the campaign, or maybe they thought that players were going to be confused by all the different ways to use the objective cards. But if you're watching this video, then you're probably like me and have a little bit of a Cosmic Encounter sickness in the brain, where you really go out of your way to find more and varied variants to put into the game, and you eat them up. So this is for you. Let's dive in. We're going to start off with the official variant that is in the back of the campaign guide, and it's called Hidden Objectives. So normally the way objectives work is you're going to take 4 of these at random and have them face up, and anybody can try to fulfill some or all of those objectives as a way to score additional points. With the hidden one, each player is going to be dealt 2, and they're going to choose 1 to keep, and they will keep it secret. And so then they will have a secret way that they can score some additional points. So this one, for instance, is called Friendly, and you'll get 2 points for each planet that you occupy that has another player's ship on it. So that's per planet, 2 points per planet. That's home planets and foreign planets. So you are looking maybe to make a lot of deals in that game, because that's going to score you a lot of extra points. But if it's a hidden objective, then nobody knows that you're trying to do that. Maybe they'll try to figure it out, but there's 16 objectives, so it's not always easy to intuit what somebody is doing through their ridiculous Cosmic Encounter behavior. So that's a pretty good objective. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. And the way that you can work it is, when you get array objectives as your variant in the campaign, you can flip a coin into which way it's going to be implemented, the normal way or the variant way, or you can just decide. Or like me, you can create additional age cards that specify what type of objectives you're going to be using. And I have done that for the variant objectives that I'll be talking about now. So in the original design of the rules, there was one that was called Open Objective, and it was 1 card that was face up. So that is the original way that you would have a public objective that everybody could fulfill, but there's only 1. And I actually do kind of like that they went with the 4 as the default. So the 4 is the open, but you can do it with just 1. So there's 1 objective card out there, and any and all players who are able to fulfill that. In some cases, only 1 player can fulfill it, although you could have ties, but any or all players that fulfill it will score those extra points on there. The next one is, the next one that we had was called Personal Objective. So it's like the hidden one, where every player is going to be dealt 2 of these, but then it's face up. So you can see what the other players are trying to achieve in order to score extra points. So if you know somebody is like, sharing a planet, maybe you're not that interested in making a deal with them. Or, if you are going to make a deal with them to get that colony, knowing they're going to score a couple of extra points for it, you try to sweeten the deal for yourself. You're like, oh, you give me your hand and I'll give you that colony, because that's 2 points for you, and I need to have the most cards, or I need some other thing, or I just want to win. So give me some of your best cards so that I can try to balance out how those points are going to work out. And so that's how that one works. That's the personal objective. We had one that was called Secret Objective. And originally the way it worked was that you had, that was the one where you had 1 face down. The new secret one is you're dealt 1 face down, but you don't get to look at it. So it's your secret objective, But this one's kind of a moonshot one because you don't even know if what you're trying to do to score those points. Now, of course, certain aliens in the game might be able to look at that sort of thing, but that's a very, very small percentage of aliens that could get a benefit from them. We have another one that I'm not even sure what it would be called now. Mystery objective, and that is it's like the secret one, but then you have 4. So it's just like the normal objective ones, 4 at random, but they are also kept face down. So again, you don't know. It's not tied to a specific player, but it's any player can, any of those objectives that are met by the end of the game. When the game ends, you flip them over and then you go, oh, look, I had the fewest cards, so I'm going to score those points. Or I have the most chips in the warp, so I'm going to score those points. And sometimes, I like to go through and pick out the ones that I think are going to work best to create a larger pool of more than 4 and then shuffle those up. So it's stuff that is going to happen. There are certain things that maybe you don't know, like having the same number of cards as another player. You don't know that that's going to happen. That would be a fluke. But certain things that, can happen, having the most chips in the warp. The diverse investor is an interesting one because you get 3 points for each type of card in your hand: attack, negotiate, artifact, etc. So that's going to happen as well. Everyone's going to score that one, but some players are going to score a lot more points with that. So it's just kind of a fun surprise. And we have a master list of what could be in there. So you have players who are like, all right, I'm hoping that this is going to be one of the objectives, and that's what I'm shooting for in order to try to score additional points. So there you have it, some variants that are very easy to fold into. It doesn't require any additional components. You have everything you need to do it. You can just decide, yeah, we're going to do it mystery style this time, or we're going to do each one has a secret. You could do a mix, though. You could have everyone is dealt 2, and 1 is face up, 1's face down. So we can all see that you are going to score points for that objective if you're able to meet it. And then you're going to have one that nobody knows, including you. Also, you could do one where you have everyone is dealt 2. You have one that you look at both of them and you keep one of them face up, 1 face down. So you know what the secret one is, and everyone else knows what the public one is. And I'm sure there's probably even more. So if you've got some ideas for new variants to use the objective cards, by all means, share those in the comments or post them on Board Game Geek. And if you have questions, again, about any of these variants or other suggestions, fire away. Let me know what you think of these variants. And yeah, jump into it. It's a fun way. You can do this. You don't have to be part of a campaign. It can just be like, all right, we're doing a 1 game, but we're going to use the objectives, and that is going to ultimately decide who wins this game. And again, you throw in maybe a point value for foreign and home colonies or something else. Use one of the age cards because it just makes it easier to say, all right, yeah, these are all the different ways we're going to score points, and the objectives are one of those ways, and there's a variety of styles to implement those objective cards. That's it for this one, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.